Hello there, my name. Name's John. I'd like to welcome you to the golf club. Got a par 4 in store for us
Okay,
here.
what the
Let's see
heck
what
is
we can do.
going on? I don't remember having the commentary on. Let me get that off right of that. Now, I don't know if this is the bassman as in fisherman, or if this is the baseman as in the basis. I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick review of this just to see what's going on. Right off the bat, a suggestion. Yeah, I won't say quite that yet. View off the first tee is up pretty good. I like the idea of throwing a little bit of flowers and bushes in front. Uh, One of the things that helps is to rotate them and vary in sizes. Try not to always plant the same size routinely. But if I remember right, seeing as how I'm on PC and it said a TGC member, you're probably doing this either on Xbox One or PS4, which then I have to cut a little slack because designing in PS4 on a console period is pretty screwed up. Let me just restart this. I want to get an overhead flyby. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I'm just
Hello
going to
there,
take
and
a
welcome to this first hole, par
quick
4.
look.
Let's have a good round.
Bunker. Take a look at that bunker. Dissection. Dissection on that bunker. Bunkers should not have the same kind of look. Splitting through a bunker. It's there too. While there's no crime in using rakes, a lot of people do not like having rakes on the course, especially because the fact that the rule 24.1, um, objects obstructions, they are actually more of a penalty than anything else. You can't move them, and if the ball gets stuck behind them, it causes some issues. Okay, so what I was talking about, the dissection of the bunker right off the bat. This here, see where my mouse is going to? Either carry the rough, heavy rough theme all the way around it, the bordering of it, or take and use the light rough theme all the way around it. That's just one thing. You want your bordering around the bunker to look pretty nice, like it actually belongs. Your fairway looks like you use one shape, clicked escape or whatever button it is on your controller, and then went to your light rough and clicked it out 2 or 3 times to get your border. That's fine. It's too neat for me. I don't particularly like that. But right off the bat, if I was trying to approve your course for TGCT, I would ding it big time because of this. I don't like seeing dissections of a bunker. Um, Take a look at my course. Um, oh, gee, what course? I got several of them. Take a look at Links Tropicana. That's my latest at McCarthy's North Shore. take a look at my bunkers, and you'll get a better idea of what's going on with a bunker and how you should have the bunkers laying around. Okay, that's the first thing I noticed. Let's play a hole, see how it looks. Fairways look long or wide enough. Pretty wide actually. 30 yards is a good width. You should try to make sure that your waypoint when you're laying out
Sweet.
your fairway,
Okay,
that
you're looking at 180 yards or so.
your waypoint would be in the center of the fairway where your intended landing zone should be. Not a major, but just a suggestion. At least your initial waypoint, even on a par 5, because you only have the one waypoint, that's just the way it is. Okay, we got all this. Let's see if I can do something here. If I jump out of this, maybe I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm referring to about the bunker stuff. Well, you can have it open. Oh, for crying out loud. You can actually see this course being developed on several of my okay, this is solid rough around the bunker, and the shape of the light rough to the heavy rough, it's a little more consistent. Not great. This is still a work in progress. You kind of see what's happening there. Let me throw down a quick bunker. Um, nah, I don't even want to do it on this one. What I'm looking for, actually, yeah, these I haven't. Open this up. See if I got a bunker in the middle of the fairway here. I don't know if I did that on any of these holes or not. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. I thought I had a bunker in a fairway view to give you an idea. I seem to think 8th hole was close. No, that wasn't quite in the middle of the fairway either. But you can get an idea of how a bunker should be surrounded. I prefer like to have heavy rough around my bunkers instead of light rough. Doesn't matter if you have light rough or heavy rough. The important part is having the bunker look like it belongs. I thought I had a bunker in the fairway. Guess I don't. But again, you can see. Oh, I know which course has got a bunker in the middle of the fairway. Bunker's in the middle of the fairway. Well, but you know it's not in here either. Well, actually, nope, that doesn't either. Okay, so you're going to have to bear with me a second here. Okay, 4, 5, 10. Bunker in the middle of the fairway. I believe ninth hole. Ninth hole. Yeah. 18th. Well, so, no, I thought for sure. There we go. Bunker in the middle of the fairway. This bunker is surrounded with heavy rough. Again, it could have been light rough, but you get the idea of what I was going for. I could have been a little nicer. If you gotta have light rough, consider something like this. I always like to have a little bit of heavy rough bordering as a last defense to slow the ball down before it goes directly into a bunker. Light rough, the ball still has a lot of roll. On the backside of the bunker, you know, it can be a little less heavy rough. Again, I'm just kind of doing this semi-quick. So you get an idea of what I'm trying to talk about. Try to keep a good little, little border going around your edges. Might have to click undo a couple times because it gets crazy. But you get the idea there. So there's kind of like what I'm talking about. That's what I mean by having a bunker surrounded by heavy rough, then a little bit of light rough. Your border doesn't have to be perfect around it, but it's got to be kind of nice. This was just a quick example. It takes time. I spend a lot of time in stupid stuff like this. Anyway, you get the idea. Alright, so what was I? Continue game. Back to your course. So you saw what I meant by having your bunkers completely surrounded with the same type of rough and not have it dissecting a bunker. It just doesn't look right. Again, you can leave rakes on, but as far as rake placement, I would suggest spending time on getting the lay properly. Try to keep them away from the immediate play of the game. Suggesting like maybe the rake over on the outer sides of the bunker, back over in here, instead of right in front where a ball could really land it. If you're going to have bunker, rakes in a bunker, keep them out of play as much as possible. Okay, another area of things that's catching my eye right off the bat to look for while you're into design mode. Your fairway on how it's running in the green. You want to have a real smooth transition. But to avoid all that altogether, the best way to do that is, again, I'm going to jump out and show you what I'm talking about there. I think the course I just had open, which I didn't save. Didn't help any. It's alright. This course is one in progress. You'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. If you want to have it so you don't have to deal with that, click the fairway all the way around your green and then run your light rough around it. That way you don't have a real sharp, ugly looking entry into your hole. It's just a little more cosmetic and better looking. Rather than just running your fairway into a green. That's kind of an extreme example of what I'm talking about. See how you get this angle in here, or this angle in here. It looks a little better. God dang it. It's a little better if you kind of do it this way. Instead of just letting it be rough, you just kind of run around your green. You can use a smaller brush, but just kind of give it a little bit of fairway. It doesn't really even need to be all that much. Just a little borderline. And this allows you to have a good smooth transition coming into your green. Yeah, I think you get the idea of that. It's just a little better. Just a suggestion. Okay, so that handles those little nitpicks. But yeah, those are the things that you should keep in mind while designing. It looks like you hand placed your trees. It doesn't look like you used auto-gen or auto-generated trees. If you did, then you went through and deleted some of them or weeded it out, which is fine. Car paths aren't looking too bad. Planning's not terrible. Again, rake somewhere on the back side of the green, so it's out of play. A lot of people complain about the rakes anyway. I'm not one of them, but like again, rakes should be placed where they're out of play, not directly into play. And if they're on the far side of the green and someone runs into the rake, well, that's their problem. They hit a bad shot. Good looking view off the tee here, a little too symmetrical with the planting. A little grass would help. Not too bad. I like to see like bushes around the bases of the trees that are ones that are visible in play. The reason for that is I don't particularly like the toothpick into the ground look. So it doesn't look all that bad. I would suggest adding a little grass around your flowers. Your first cut of rough looks pretty good, except for, again, here, where it's semi-clipping the edge of your bunker. Not good. I don't like that look. And if I was reviewing this for TGC Tour as to even be tour approved, it wouldn't get approved because of that. I don't like that look. It might get approved for the tour. Get approved for the course listing, but I don't think I'd suggest it. Again, rakes, that's will come directly into play. It should be back on the back side of the bunker, maybe back into here. But because they do obstruct the ball, most people don't like it. All right, that's the second hole. Let's get back to playing out here. I think I covered about waypoints. This is actually a good looking hole. Looks like you used a lot of heavy rough to kind of get rid of some of the grasses and that. That's okay. That's not like a major as long as it's not overdone. I just smacked the dog shit out of that. I'm wet. Whenever I'm testing a course, I don't normally try to play my best either. I'm trying to get myself in trouble. I want to see what the heck the course has to offer. This was one of those cases where you kind of did what I was talking about earlier. Took the fairway and you ran around the green. And notice that actually the transition is no longer an issue because it looks pretty good coming through. So this is a better looking hole. I'm not going to go through all 18. I don't want to invest that type of time right now. I'll drop some quick hints that I'm already noticing. Don't pay attention to my poor putting. The greens themselves don't look too bad. Um, so far, they appear pretty fair. Not excessive yellow, red lines all over the place. That was a good looking hole. This is actually a nice looking hole from the first initial flyover. Could use, see, how do I say that? Might try, this is a suggestion, it's subjective. Smoothing out or shaping a little more around the pond area to get some different texturing look. So this isn't bad. Don't take this as wrong. This is, like I said, subjective. I think this is a boreal theme, it looks like. Yeah, you just try to flatten out and get a little more different texture look there. From the overhead, it looks pretty good. Yes, it's definitely a boreal theme. Pin placements so far look pretty good. Bunker, my school of thought for bunkers, if they're greenside bunker, they can have a little more depth than if they are fairway bunkers, especially if they're like 100. This isn't bad. This bunker looks okay. Just a little more pronounced shaping. It's not bad. This is all subjective on the bunkering. Personally, I like to have a little more lip, but this is fine. It depends on the course, and there's nothing wrong with the bunker like that as long as it doesn't punish and roll severely off of it. This looks good. Uh, I have really nothing to say about how you have your first cut of rough. Okay, so far that looks good. Tee box look a little good. Uh, this is a minor suggestion. You don't have to do this. I like to turn the tee boxes off, or tee box tools off. Um, I like to place my own ball washer. Excuse me. Ah, I need a beer. Hang on. It's gonna be short. Oops. Okay, that's not bad. Didn't even really do any adjustment there. Danny greens are fine. Huh. Looks like medium fast, quasi fast. Oh man. Another one of these greens. Take a look at your bunker on the green side, the way the fairway and that cutting around there. I don't know if I like what I saw, but interesting little shot shaping deal. I like the idea that you can see your other fairways. This is one of my things I enjoy. I like having the immersion factor. I like being able to see adjacent holes. This requires a little shot shaping, which is a good deal. Extra wide fairway, which really puts it on the easier side. Overall, I like the concept of this. This bunker here right now, I can see it needs a little touch up. I don't like the way it shapes in around there. Anyway, well, I think that's a quick little jaunt there before we even get too carried away. Just with the first couple holes, I see the few things I've mentioned. I'll finish up the front nine. I don't know how much time I've spent on this. I don't want to make a 3-hour video. I get carried away. Now see, in this situation, he used the fairway around the green, which is an excellent choice. So it's only the first couple of greens I've seen. You had minor issues. This is better. The last couple of greens have looked good. So you want to do that consistent through your design. So now I think you got a good idea what I'm talking about with shots like this. Nice little tempting view here. Interesting, another one of those nice little wraparound form shot. Plenty of room, distance to get over the water even with a good headwind. Consider a 20-mile-an-hour headwind. You hit a driver 265. Throw the 20-mile headwind, you're going to be about 220, 230, 240 maybe. So you took into well consideration for playing it with a headwind. Plenty of area to bail out if you come up short. Challenging enough to force the B to the left. I like it. Not a bad design here. Good bridge work. Maybe if I had a minor on this hole, the light rough coming a little bit close to your cart path. Maybe you can just move the cart path back a little bit and leave a little bit of light rough or heavy rough around it. One of my videos, I think I show it's kind of nice to border your cart path with a little bit of light rough. Not a major. I got a little bit here. Why? Is that your 150 marker? A little advice on this is another bunker where your light rough's coming into it. So yeah, I would look into your bunkering yardage markers. I don't know if that's a yardage marker. I think that's your 150 yardage marker. I have to get up there to find out. And if it is, I should have like about 125. Yeah, that's about right. So yardage markers. Yeah, that's almost like a rake deal. If you hit a yardage marker with the ball and you get stuck on it, can cause problems, and some will complain. It's not wrong, and their use should not be forbidden. It's just that some will complain if you're designing and worried about what other people think. They'll cry. They'll cry about those. So if you're going to use them, I would suggest keeping them out of the way of the first cut of rough. I'd set them off a little bit more to the other side. This is a good looking hole. The other suggestion would be little brushes, a little bush or grass or something just to camouflage the base of the trees. Again, minor stuff. I'll get up over that ridge. Pretty good size green, but that's neither here nor there. That's a subjective type of deal. My rule of thumb on green size is the faster the green, the bigger the green can be. I do like the big wide fairways. Here's another one of those bunkers. I've already covered this topic. Okay, so I'll give you pretty much a few good hits right off the bat. Get out of here. I was talking about waypoints, even on par fives. Try to make your waypoint so it comes to the center of your green at your intended landing area, because this sets up your aiming reticle. This is about, oh geez, 265 yards out. You can see here I'm a big believer in using the distance markers. Here's a par 5, for instance. Again, intend your waypoint to go kind of in the middle of where you're aiming. This is an uphill, probably severely uphill. My intended landing area is back in here. But you can see that I have plenty of wide area, and it's actually pretty good. I should probably have it more over in here. I don't even know if I can get it back here. For all extensive purposes, yeah, you want to have it towards the middle. kind of like that. So it splits my intended fairway. Why so far back? Because it is uphill, and you can see it's 86 feet above the tee. If you have time, go ahead and watch Video Diary of a Madman. I have almost 13 hours of video in there so far. So anyway, you're on a good start. I pointed out a few issues, but overall, from what I see on the first several holes, it's looking pretty good. You're on a good start. Hope this helps. Talk to you later.